Hey guys, it's Big Scribe here, and for the last couple days I've been reading about some stuff that's really got me a little upset, and it concerns the TV series on Netflix, 13 Reasons Why. And you guys know I actually enjoyed the show, didn't read the book, really wish I had, but the show really did amaze me, and I mean, it tore me up and it made me cry like a baby because it brought up a lot of stuff that's in my past that was really painful. But it really also made me think about the way I treat people, and it made me stop and examine the things that I say and the things that I do that could really tear somebody down and that I just never thought about. And I just don't get why people have to attack good things because this happens every time there's something that could really have the potential to change a community and change a generation. People attack it. No matter what it is, people attack it every single time. And now it's coming from my own community, the Christian community, and I don't understand why they are attacking it so much because this is a real issue that teenagers deal with. These are real things that teenagers go through that you experience in high school every day. I went to public school and we experienced this type of stuff, and I don't get why people are talking about boycotting this series because they're afraid it's going to teach their children sex and that it glorifies suicide. First of all, how does it glorify suicide? Never once does it say, oh, everyone should do this, that Hannah did this wonderful, beautiful thing. No, it shows Hannah struggling. It shows Hannah suffering. It shows Hannah going through all this turmoil, all this pain. All the while, nobody really knows what she's going through because she's so scared to talk about it. And none of the adults in her life stop to examine her and realize that she's suffering, even though it's very clear and obvious that she's having a problem. None of her friends even have her back. They all, what? Anyway, they all just abandon her, and I just don't get it. And like, she goes through all these horrible things, these things that she could get help with. And yes, it is made clear in the show that you should get help, that you shouldn't suffer alone. And it's also shown in the show that there is hope out there if you look hard enough. If she would have looked hard enough, she would have seen that she had hope with her one friend that was always there for her. But she was so lost in the pain and the suffering, and there was nobody to share Christ with her. And it probably would have been a completely different story then. But my point is, it doesn't glorify suicide. It doesn't make suicide seem like a good thing. And it definitely doesn't teach kids sex. It really talks about sexual assault and how you should get help when someone hurts you like that, or when someone hurts a friend like that. I mean, it doesn't teach anybody anything bad at all. It teaches you that you have to live with the consequences of your actions, and it also teaches you that you can get help if somebody hurts you or if you're suffering with something, and that you don't have to keep it locked inside, and that there is hope out there. And it shames me that people are attacking this series because I think this series has the potential to really change a generation, and I 100% support this series. I honestly do, because this series has the potential to really open up the eyes of some teenagers that really need their eyes opened. Because when I was in high school, we were going through the same stuff. We were dealing with the same things. There were kids committing suicide. There were kids getting sexually assaulted. There were kids bullying each other. Bullying's even worse now. We got social media like crazy. I mean, social media was kind of just starting when I was in high school. But now we got social media like crazy, and kids are horrible to each other. And our parents are just so blind to it, they don't even see it. Adults are so blind to it, they just don't realize what's really happening. This show is what's happening to your children. Do you realize that? This show is literally what is happening to your kids in school. If you don't believe me, ask them about it. Ask them about the girls that have been attacked at parties. Ask them about the drugs and the alcohol that they've seen people do. Ask them about all the people that they've known that have suffered. Ask them about the kids they know that cut at school. really start asking them the questions, and you start talking to them, because guess what? If your kids are struggling with this stuff and your kids are going through all this stuff, it's on you. It's your fault because you're not talking to them the way you should be talking to them. Don't blame a TV show that's actually trying to help them, that show them that there's help out there. It's you that needs to take the responsibility. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's the parents' fault. The parents need to learn a lesson themselves. Anyway, I'm done ranting. I just had to go ahead and give my little rant about the reaction that people are having to 13 Reasons Why. And Jay Asher, if you're out there, 100% respect you, man. Awesome, awesome story. And it really has a powerful message. Selena Gomez, thank you for making this show happen. And really, I hope that more kids watch it. And honestly, I believe that high schools should make this show mandatory as part of their health classes or something, because it's really such a powerful message. But yet again, I want to emphasize, if you are suffering, if you are out there and you're watching this and you're dealing with stuff and you feel depressed and you feel down, go talk to somebody. There's always people to talk to. I'll even put the suicide hotline prevention number down in the description. Please, please do not just sit there and suffer alone, because there's always hope if you just look for it. And know that I love you and Jesus loves you. And if you ever need a friend, you can even talk to me. You can find me on Instagram at Big Scribe Books. You can find me on YouTube at Big Scribe Books. You can find me on Facebook. It's kind of obvious. My name's Craig Perkins. I've said it before in videos before, so I'm not afraid to say it here. Look me up on Facebook. If you need somebody to talk to, I'll be your friend. I'll be there for you. Because there's always hope. Don't be another statistic. And parents, start talking to your kids. Start actually being parents. Don't just think your kids aren't really going through stuff. Don't just think that just because they're teenagers they don't have real stress. Because guess what? They do. They are suffering. They are people. They're more mature than you realize, and they're dealing with some pretty mature and pretty painful things. So why don't you stop for a minute and talk to them instead of blaming a TV show? I love y'all. God bless. Peace.